What's good, what's good? It's your boy Phene. It's Phene, high off Life Zone. You know what I mean? 717 York City. We out here right now in Atlanta. We chilling with the B-Shine. I come from York, Pennsylvania, so we really didn't have like a huge hip hop scene. I would say like in elementary school, I just kind of got exposed to different types of music. Like my step-pops playing records. He used to play a lot of Tower of Power and funk, you know what I mean, James Brown in the crib. And then it's funny, my mom actually worked in the mall, so I would always be in the mall, you know what I'm saying? I'd be in the arcade, being in there hustling, trading cards in the other store, but one place I always found myself was the music stores. Back then it was like The Wall and FYE, and you know what I mean, we didn't really have a lot, but she always spoiled me, at least for music. She would just give me, you know, a couple dollars here or there. So each week I'll show up and cop like a single or cop a CD or whatever. So my stash was pretty dope. And it's funny because back, like when you're young like that, you don't even really know what all the music means. And you get older and you be like, look back like, damn, how was I drawn to that? But I would say like the stuff I was listening to back then, you know, pulled me in as a listener and also kind of inspired something in me to want to create as well. You know what I'm saying? Like listen, like back then I could just off the top, you know, Tupac, All Eyes on Me, or Wu-Tang, or you know, being from the East Coast, Cannabis. Cannabis made me want to rap. Like he was saying words that I never really even heard of. He make you want to look it up. Like what is he talking about? But it was dope because the way he put it together. Nas as well. It's funny, like for me personally, I would go cop the single. This is my little secret to how I really started actually like recording and rapping. I would go cop a single. You know, back then it was on a tape, so it had a side A, side B, and it would have an instrumental. So I'd take the instrumental back. I'm probably in like third grade. I wrote my first rhyme and started putting things together. But I'd take a tape deck, and I'd put like the instrumental on there and record a song into the little boombox onto a blank tape, you know what I'm saying? So I have my own song and shit, man. It's like, it's wild to think that I put that together in my head, but yeah, that's probably where it really originated. It's just like a appreciation for it. Like a lot of the music I listened to impacted me a lot, especially like when I think back like a Tupac, All Eyes on Me type of CD. I remember riding the games, basketball games as a little kid and just like, wow, it's crazy. Just the passion that Pac brung. I think a moment that really made me really believe that I could do this for real as my own individual was I opened up for Cassidy like in his prime, when he had Hotel out back, it must have been like 04, 05, something like that. That was like my first big show. I opened up for him in like a big ass club. I had my boys with me. I felt like the man because my boys is VIP with me. I'm underage and shit. But you know, like that experience and then doing my thing, the adrenaline rush, and then watching a cat like Cassidy who was kind of at his prime at that time. And I'm from PA, so you know, he really had his stamp out there in PA. But to see him do his thing and I'm just in the crowd, like after I perform, like damn, I get to see how like a seasoned performer is doing it. And it just made me want to like invest more in my craft and go hard with what I was doing. So that was dope. I mean, my family's supportive pretty much of anything I do. You know what I'm saying? My mother, she like a huge fan of my work, you know what I mean? So she be at work writing my website on business cards or little pieces of paper and giving it to people. Then they'll hit me up and be like, yo, I heard of you, so-and-so. I was at the store and she gave me this piece, you know? So it's all love. She was always real supportive of anything like I think I wanted to do. Actually, I got my first microphone. She bought it for me for one Christmas or whatever. And took that. Cool Edit Pro, shout out to Peter Quisgar. For anybody that know about Cool Edit Pro, that's a classic. Just started recording myself back in the day, and you know, even then, like I'm coming up through grade school, I'm playing ball and stuff. So that was really my passion. But behind the scenes, I'm in the crib every night, like especially like on the weekends, all night, just up, just writing, recording myself and mixing myself. So it really started. You know, if I wouldn't have had that little $200 investment for a microphone or something, I don't know where I would be. So that's important. After putting out my first real CD, like straight out, like I was putting out little mixed projects here and there, but straight out of high school, I put out a CD called Rehabilitation. You know, my name's Phene, so it all kind of tied together. And the feedback that I was receiving just around the way, like I met a couple promoters, my man Echo, my man Fred from Street Work, and we started kind of flooding the central Pennsylvania area. And I'm kind of wet behind the ears at the time, but when I started getting feedback from different neighborhoods and different people, And literally, like, I'm young, but we got off like thousands of CDs at that time, and the feedback I was getting was like, damn, this is crazy. I like, personally, for people that check my music out, I tend to make music that like has a story behind it, or, you know, maybe a little deeper, a message to it. I try to tell a story. So, you know, I realized that my music can affect somebody listening, you know what I mean? So in that regard, the same kid I used to be listening to Pac or listening to these different people coming up, I know for a fact, like, I go back home and there's little kids listening to me, you know what I'm saying? So I know that I have an effect on cats that are listening to me. So, you know, with everything I do, I try to give you positive and the negative, but with High Off Life in my company, it's like striving to just live high off life. It's not like an anti-drug thing, but it's like, you know, I'm gonna just feel good about my life and what I'm doing at all times, you know what I'm saying? And I try to portray that in my music because I know people are listening. We have a voice. As MCs, we have that voice to affect, you know what I mean, people. Just doing so much myself, man. I'm really independent, like, straight up. I've been doing this for a minute, man. I got some cool accolades. I met a lot of people, but like, just pushing myself to come from somewhere where there isn't an industry and to build up the courage to just move to a big city.
We're good, man. We're good. Thank you.
Is build up the courage to move to a big city and just pursue your dream. Like, I ain't had nobody to help me do that or, you know, put money in my pocket. Like, I just up and left and filled my car up and just bounce, you know what I'm saying? And I know certain dreamers out there can relate to that, but nothing was given, man. Like, I'm out here all the time. I'm at events, I'm traveling, but I'm pushing myself to do it. You know, that's what you gotta do if you want it, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait on somebody else to make a move for me. I'm gonna get it myself. When I get feedback from regular people, you know, people that I never really met, or, you know, I'm meeting for the first time, and they tell me how a certain song or certain, you know, CD has helped them through something that they're going through, that's dope to me, man. There's nothing that can equate to that. It's amazing, you know what I mean? Like, I met a cat the other day, and out of respect for him, I ain't gonna put his name out there, but, you know, he was doing well for himself. I had met him a while back, and he bought a CD off me at a show that was Love. And then, you know, a long time later, I'm out in Charlotte, actually, I'm doing a show, and he come up to me like, man, he kind of hit rock bottom. Him and his family, like, they had nothing. They in a tent, they ain't had nothing, you feel me? And for like a week straight, just living in a tent with his kids and all that. I'm like, damn, that's rough. He climbed up out of that hole. The moral of the story, though, is him and his wife, like, she wanted an autograph from me and everything. It was just a blessing because he was telling me how my music helped him through that situation to stay motivated and stay positive that he gonna come up out of that hard place that he was in. And, like, nothing equates to that, man, when you realize that you're affecting people, you know what I'm saying? I mean, really, I'm out here just to spread High Off Life, you know, spread that feeling of positivity and cats just pursuing what they want to get in life. When I look back on it, man, I really want to, honestly, I want to bring the industry to where I'm from. You know, that's why I rep it so hard. I'm from the 717.